Namaste. Nitric oxide, your youthfulness molecule. So there is this one special molecule inside your body that can help you stay youthful, young, better looking, and so on, and age slowly, or sometimes even reverse aging if done well, if done right. And it's nitric oxide. The body naturally produces nitric oxide, normally in this area, in the nostrils, as the breath passes through. The nitric oxide produced by the body mixes with the breath and takes it to the lungs, and that helps the respiratory system function much better. There is a lot that the nitric oxide molecule does in the body. Unfortunately, however, by age 30, nitric oxide's natural production begins to dip in the body, and it begins to dip quite substantially. And this dipping of nitric oxide in the body leads to many conditions which reflect as aging. One of the first things that happens, for example, by age 40, almost 50% men notice some kind of erectile dysfunction issues. Women may face FSAD, female sexual arousal dysfunction, or clitoral dysfunction, and so on. A lot of other things happen as well. I'll list a few of them to you. The decline in endothelial function leads to narrowing and stiffening of arteries. That means the arteries don't expand the way they can, or the way they should. This leads to high BP, increased heart risk, and risk of blood clots, and so on. Reduced energy and performance due to reduced oxygen and nutrients in muscles, leading to lower stamina, endurance, increase in muscle soreness, longer recovery time, and after exercises. Erectile dysfunction, I've already mentioned. Sleep issues, memory loss, cognitive decline, even depression. Then, of course, there are other things like poor vision, chronic fatigue, impaired wound healing, pre-diabetes or even diabetes, and so on. And you'll recognize that most of these conditions are connected with age. Nitric oxide, or non-availability or inadequate availability of nitric oxide, is the problem. While the body naturally produces it, a lot of things begin to change. Of course, there is a lot of pollution in the air, there are lifestyle issues, and so on. Also, a lot of people do not even breathe through their noses. They may do mouth breathing, for instance. So therefore, breathing through your nose is essential. And there are, of course, other solutions as well. Good nitrate-rich foods like green leafy vegetables, beetroots, and supplements like L-arginine, L-citrulline, etc. help. And of course, there are breathwork techniques. A relatively unknown fact is the role played by the sinuses. So the paranasal sinuses, there are 4 pairs of these paranasal sinuses. They play a very important role in helping the body produce and absorb nitric oxide. These paranasal sinuses, if they are not blocked, and if you are breathing through the nose, then they will continuously produce a certain amount of nitric oxide. Chanting, meditation, humming, these are things that create a vibration in the area, which helps to increase the availability of nitric oxide. So these are some of the things that you can do. Techniques like Shwaskosh, see people who have blocked sinuses or throat, etc., and they're not able to breathe well, they can be helped very significantly by courses like Shwaskosh Shuddhikriya, lung purification technique, the Tridosha balancing technique, which I teach, and it helps to remove phlegm and reduce the amount of phlegm in the body, and that can do marvelous things to your breath. And as you breathe through the nose more and more easily and breathe greater amounts of oxygen, etc., it will help you increase your stamina, recovery, and lot else. These practices will stop signs of aging, or delay the signs of aging at least, which means as you grow older, you will tend to live a better, healthier, happier, more rewarding life, because many of these signs, many of these symptoms have been controlled or reduced. Whether you are able to reverse it completely will depend on numerous things. However, if you start very early, say if you start by the age of 25 or 30, and learn some of the breathwork practices that can help you not only breathe through the nose, keep the sinuses clear. There are gargling, for example, helps. A jal neti, where you take water through one nostril, pour it out the other. These are all practices that help. But there are also many subtler things that you can do, which a good breathwork coach can help you. And I can also help you with some of them if you like. And you can learn very powerful techniques, not only to increase the nitric oxide in your body, but to get the benefits of that increased nitric oxide through very powerfully practiced practices like breathwork techniques and chanting, and a combination of these. I encourage you to understand this well and to look at ways to increase the nitric oxide availability in your body, so that you continue to live a better, healthier, and more youthful life. Namaste.